Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name's Smitty. If you're new, thanks for coming in and checking me out. For all you existing subscribers, thank you so much for checking out and staying with me. We're working on the donor project, the 89 donor. And today, I guess you could call this, I don't know, part 3 or part 4. I think this is part 4. I don't know. I'm losing track. There's going to be a lot of parts to this, apparently. Anyway, we're going to try to bring this donor back to life. Today, we're going to slide underneath there and try to get that starter off of there because we know it's locked up. All right, y'all. Okay, so we're underneath here. And you can see this thing is all sorts of rust bucket. There's not much left of that rocker over there. But like I said, we're just trying to get this old girl running. And it's actually kind of dry under here, believe it or not. You know, the oil pan's just got a little bitty small leak. But anyway. Alright, so we got to get our wires off that solenoid right up there. And hopefully they'll come loose because that looks like it's pretty rusty. That's part of the reason probably why it doesn't want to work. It actually looks like the back of the solenoid's cracked from here. So we'll get them off and see if we can finagle that starter out through this hole. Alright, well, we'll get to the side we can get to first, which is going to be the left side, and we'll see if we can't get those dudes to come loose. One of them's already broke, which is a bonus. I'm okay with that. So maybe we'll get lucky and this other one will break too, and we'll get this side down. I don't know how well this is going to work being upside down with the camera, but we'll give it a shot. And man, I could still smell that nasty fuel. Whew. Bad. You know, one of the hardest things to do is try to get a light where it's usable. There we go. That'll work. All right. Well, I guessed right. I guessed it was going to be a 9/16 or a 14 millimeter. So let's see what kind of luck we got with the old impact. Okay, that one's not budging. I'd imagine we're probably going to have to put a breakover bar on it and see if it'll snap it loose. It's a bummer that starter won't come out of here the way it is, but there's just not enough room. The problem with using extensions and reducers is you lose a lot of the torque that's available in whatever wrench you're using, so impacts usually won't take that stuff loose because of it. So I'm going to go see if I can find a breakover bar and we'll see what we can do with it. Alright, I found me a breakover bar. So let's see how this goes. Get the right angle here. Keep from busting knuckles. I still smacked my finger, but yeah, that's what I wanted it to do. It just broke off, which is fine. No big deal. There it is. Hurt like hell, but I knew it would. There's not any real way around that. So there's one side, and if you look up there, you can see the nice fresh twist off, which is what we wanted. Now let's see if we can work on this other side. Problem is now we got that old piece stuck in the socket. Well, I might have to go get this socket free. Hey y'all, so I managed to get all the bolts out. I know you really can't see that too well, but anyway, the exhaust has dropped down enough, so now the starter ought to come out of here, and we'll see if we can't get it out the back. Yep, there it is. Sweet. Alright, here's something else that's kind of cool. I just noticed this block is drilled for both bolt patterns on starters. You got one with a diagonal. I just noticed this block is... Nah, I'm sorry. This camera is going to be funky because I'm upside down. Here, maybe that's a little better. But anyway, if you can see up there, it's drilled for both bolt patterns, both the far end close, or diagonal and horizontal, whatever you want to call it. But it does have the smaller ring gear in it, which this ring gear is 153 tooth. All the later ones are 168. Even the LS is 168. So this starter probably won't work, but we're going to try it. I don't know if I can get this camera to sit somewhere where you can see it. Let's try that. Alright, so I did bring the little one out here with me. And it is half the size. Half the weight. And yeah, it's going to be just holding it up there. It's going to be too far away from the flywheel. I can already tell you that. Because it needs to be a lot closer. So this little starter's not going to work. I've got that other big starter in there that I know works, but I don't know if it'll sit on the flywheel like it should. Because it's got the diagonal bolt holes in it, which it looks like both holes are tapped, so it might work. I'll have to go get it and we'll see if it'll go in there. I'm kind of bummed. I was hoping this little starter would work, but it's not going to fit up in there right. I mean, we definitely won't put the big one in there permanently. Yeah, I think it's just going to be too far away. Yeah, we could always try it. Find what I did with the bolts. Well, I'd say a majority of our problem is this cable right here. That dude is rusty. There is no way in God's green earth that that's going to conduct any electricity. So we're going to get her all cleaned up here. The old bench grinding wheel out here. Well, I'd say that's a whole lot better. That one might actually make some electricity work. So I'm betting that's probably all that was wrong with that anyway. But you can't see it when it's up in there, so guess we'll go put it back in the car. Okay guys, got the starter put back on down there. Got my battery cable back in there. Got the battery cable put back together. So I guess we'll go get a battery and see what our end result is. I think I may need to redo this ground too. I think I'll redo it before we go any further. Okay, got the negative redone. Just got it back to where it's make a better connection. It's got a few more than about 3 wires holding it on. So now let's go get a battery. All right, moment of truth. It's all hooked up. Let's see what we got. Maybe we'll get lucky and that it'll crank. I get battery voltage. Woohoo! Check that out. Got a dead hole. If we get any oil pressure. Yep. Well, what do you think of that? And the oil pressure shows we got some oil pressure. Well, that's good. Well, I'd say that's a success. We've got a starter now. Checking, okay. Now this ground wire is really warm. So we're gonna have to check all our grounds because that dude's hot. The positive is warm, but I mean that negative is really hot. So we're probably gonna need to check the ground that's on the block, which it's buried behind the AC compressor. And probably ought to make sure that we have our ground straps, which here's one of the ground straps right here. And it's still connected. It's not very warm, but it's still connected. But you know, more than likely the grounds are just in bad shape. The ticking that I was hearing was probably this plug wire. But it does sound like we're low on compression on the hole. Not surprising this thing has sat for how long, and I don't know if the mileage is correct on it. So I need to put a plug wire on it. And of course it's got all sorts of vacuum leaks and it's got a PCV hose on the other side that's not connected. So, hey, yeah, one step closer. So we're going to end it off there for today. So we at least got it to crank now. So we're making some headway. So make sure to tune in for the next one. And we'll see if we can't put some fire to it, see if it does something. I already know the fuel pump's dead. So we'll probably use some starting fluid or probably some carb cleaner to be a little safer than starting fluid, just in case we got another plug wire that's loose. But anyway, if you like what you see in the video today, make sure to like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave me a comment what you think. That being said, y'all have a great day. Till the next one, God bless. Bye-bye.